Testing, 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 testing. I know it's late, guys. I said it'd be between 8 and 9, and it's 8:58 LA time. All right, guys, this is super exciting. I couldn't wait to share this. I hope you can hear me well. So we're getting to the end of our story with Lamu, and it's getting hot and heavy and interesting. So I'm going to wait until there's at least one person in here, and then I'll tell. And in the meantime, I'm just going to go and just keep going. Oh, this is so awesome. I'm so excited. So excited. Oh, you guys are in for a good story today. Good one. This one's good. I'm going to post it anyway, but whatever. So excited, guys. So excited. I wanted to jump out of my skin. I wanted to jump out of my skin. Okay. All right. Get one person in the chat, jump a like, something, and we will get into it. We're telling the story. We're telling the story. Hello. All right. All right. One person's in, so we can start the story. Start the story. So we followed our dear extraterrestrial friend Lamu, the extraterrestrial human, who came to Earth to study humanity prior to its eradication from the planet. He is from the real form of humanity, and he came to Earth to study the hominids that were created by humans. Lamu and his people are dodecaploidal, meaning they have 12-stranded DNA, and they are real humans. And there is an order, a directive, to wipe the planet clean of people for the 12th time or whatever time this is. They've done it a lot of times. Okay. So let's get into the story. If you have questions or you're interested, let me know. Oh man, there's just so much here. There's so much here, guys. There's so much here. There's so much here. Hey, RJ. Are you familiar with the story set that we're doing here? So to say, God bless you, thank you. We're telling the story of Lamu. Have you heard parts of the story before? Are you unfamiliar with it? It's just a story series I created that exemplifies the, the Apex human journey. Are you familiar with it, or are you new to it? If you're new, that's totally fine. Yeah, Thalia. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is just a story. It's about humanity. The idea is that humanity is off-world. They're not from Earth. They're not here. What we have here in this world is a group of hominids that believe themselves to be human because of the DNA that they've been given by humanity. Humanity has 12-stranded DNA. Humans of Earth, or the people of Earth, the hominids, have 2-stranded DNA. And as you know, our DNA is double helixed. So we're diploidal species, but these humans that made us were mistaken to be gods, and they were called Anunnaki and Elohim and all these things. And they're just humans, but they're real humans, humans that have exceptional abilities in compared to the people of Earth. So we're going to jump right into it because I really want to tell this story, whether there's people here or not, but at least I said I would do it. So I'm from everywhere and nowhere, Yawar. I'm going to stay focused because I need to get this done, and I'm very, I'm on a tight schedule. It's already 9 o'clock. It's about my bedtime. Yeah. So I'm going to just get right into it. The Most High will guide the story. So this is episode 9. This is Lamu and Rabbi Yeshi, Yeshua ben Yosef. If you know who that is, drop a like, drop a heart, whatever. Just say, I know who that is. Say the name of the person who that is. You say, God bless you. I suspect you might be a Christian. So perhaps you know who Yeshua ben Yosef was if you read the Bible in depth. And anyway, so this is episode 9 or part 9 of StoryThyme. All right. Hello and welcome. All right. In today's StoryThyme, part 9 of Lamu, the Earth Human, we journey to the Mediterranean coastline of first century Roman province of Judea, a land brimming with tension, prophecy, and political unrest. But the deeper story lies not in brutal empires and kings or conquests. It lies in the delicate yet indomitable spirit of a woman, a desperate but determined mother, a soul whose secret identity is a planetary explorer named Lamu. All right? Nice to meet you as well. Thanks for joining. Drop a like. Many lifetimes have passed since Lamu felt what he felt for Inanna. Watch episode 8 if you want to know about that one. The setting is the celestial plane. It is a place of indescribable beauty and opulence. Lamu has never grown weary of the scintillating brilliance of its light. Every beam seemed to whisper, sing, and dance with dynamic opulence, praising the power of the Most High God. Today, where we find Lamu and Sophia interfacing prior to this incarnation, was no different than any other day or any other incarnation. The celestial plane is a place of pure light and energy, where forms are fluid and communication happens through thought and intent. Sophia, our guide, the master of Lamu, says, my dear one, this next incarnation as Tryphena will offer you a new lens. Your familiarity with the female hominid and having that form is increasing. I'm pleased with your progress. Are you prepared for the shift? Lamu responds, I am, Sophia. I understand that becoming Tryphena will balance the intense emotions and desires that arose when I used male bodies on Earth. I'm intrigued by the process, but I do wonder, will this incarnation truly balance and align me with my directives? Sophia responds, it will bring new understanding. Remember, the goal isn't to suppress your emotions, but to understand them. Utilize them to collect the data. You will learn new love. You will learn how desire and connection are integrated and integral to your mission. Lamu responds, I see. And if I encounter another connection, like the one that I had with Inanna? Sophia responds, then you will approach it with the wisdom of Tryphena. Each incarnation adds layers to your understanding. Trust that this journey is shaping you into who you are meant to be, Lamu. The portal opens, scintillating lights, fractal patterns, sacred geometry. The journey begins. Warmth, darkness, comfort, the moisture of the womb. Then pressure, light, cold, screams, pain, nourishment. A voice, a feminine, soft, and powerful voice. My child, my dear child, Tryphena. This name means one who blossoms, the delicate one, the delicate one. The moist air of the Mediterranean and the scent of the sea fills the air. Tryphena, or Fe, lives in the Syrophonecian province, along the coastline of Israel's sacred geometry. The memories of her life as Lamu fade. Dreams become distant whispers in her memories. Tryphena becomes a little girl, a young woman, and now a mother. Lamu is gone from her memory. She doesn't remember who she truly is. Tryphena is all that is now. Tryphena is not a mystic. She's not a warrior. She's a mother now. And her daughter is gravely ill. Life was hard for Tryphena, a Greek Syrophonecian from the provinces along the sea. For the first time, Lamu, as a woman, experienced the pain of distance, the pain of desire and need. As a woman, a Gentile, a goyim, someone dismissed. She's rejected by priests, scorned by the Sanhedrin, and left with no power, except for her willingness to kneel and ask. It's here in Tryphena's desperation that she finds herself at the feet of a mysterious and powerful rabbi, a Jewish rabbi from Galilee. He's a rebel. He's a quiet storm. The people whisper, Rabbi Yeshi, Rabbi Yeshi. That's Rabbi Yeshi. His name was Yeshua ben Yosef, the son of Joseph, a traveling carpenter who had lived in Egypt, spent his youth in Tibet, India, and Persia. Tryphena's memories go. Tryphena's memories travel back as she sees her daughter lying on the bed. Her breath is getting weaker. Her body is pale and emaciated. She remembers what it felt like to bring this beautiful little girl into the world, the warmth and comfort of a child growing in her, the pain of bringing this little girl into the world, and then the joy of nourishing this little girl. Delicate, light. Her words come back to mind as she sees her child slipping away from her. My child, my dear child, Thalia. Tryphena remembers her own birth as she recalls the birth of her daughter. Tryphena begins to feel desperate. Rabbi Yeshi is a great rabbi, a controversial rabbi, one that the people love, fear, hate. He's referred to as God, a servant of Beelzebub, Satan himself. Some see him as a mighty healer. Others see him as a problem to be gotten rid of. But Tryphena doesn't know that history. All she sees is the light and the power of this man every time she hears the name Yeshua, Yeshi. Tryphena pleads for her daughter's healing to the gods, a Syrophonecian Greek, but she knows there's something in this Yeshi that she cannot quite call, but she knows he's the answer to her desperation. As she sees him in the crowd, Tryphena tries to approach him, but she's pushed away by the group of men standing around Yeshi. One day in the marketplace in Tyre, it's alive with energy. Tryphena stands quietly observing Rabbi Yeshi. Her obsession with this controversial and fierce rabbi overtakes her. From the distance, she follows the crowd and the throng. She sees Rabbi Yeshi and his group of companions, 12 of them, in the distance. Her heart is unexpectedly drawn to approach him. The thoughts in her head, why do I feel this magnetic pull? His eyes, they hold something familiar, something ancient. How could a simple gaze stir such a tempest in my soul? In the eyes of Yeshi was a flick, a flame, a flicker that she remembers, but she had never seen before. As Rabbi Yeshi begins to speak, he glances toward Tryphena. Their eyes meet, and for a split second, the world seems to stand still. Tryphena's thoughts return. It's as if I know him, as if we're dancing through many lifetimes, as if we've been together before. But how? Why? As Rabbi Yeshi sees the Syrophonecian Greek, he's slightly disgusted. Her people are dogs. This woman, but there's a light in her eyes, a spark I cannot place. She feels like a fragment of a story that I've forgotten. The air between them hums with an unspoken energy, leaving both Tryphena and Rabbi Yeshi quietly shaken and curiously drawn to each other. Days pass, and Tryphena cannot shake the eyes of Rabbi Yeshi. Her dreams become strange, enigmatic. She begins seeing portals and light and sacred geometry, fractal patterns, and the face of women that she cannot recall ever meeting. She cannot take it anymore. She must find this Rabbi Yeshi. She must speak to him. She must meet him. She returns to the market. Tryphena finds Rabbi Yeshi where he was before, but this time the crowd isn't as large. His friends aren't around to move people away, and Rabbi Yeshi seems to be lost in thought. Perhaps memories of his travels in Egypt, his childhood in Egypt, his travels in Persia, and the caravans that took him as far as Tibet. But there was a deep and pensive look in his eyes. She walks past him to try and get his attention. Yeshi sees her. Yeshua sees her. But she's a goyim, a filthy Greek. Yeshi had been encouraged by Mary Magdalene to reach out to the goyim, to the Gentiles. She had been financing his mission and his ministry, and her heart had gone out to the suffering of the Gentiles. And she knew that Yeshua's message could uplift them as well. Many people were under the iron fist of the Romans. Rabbi Yeshi initially refused to make eye contact with Tryphena. The initial interaction between them had shooken his soul. In his mind, he thought, these people are dogs. It's not right to give the children's bread to dogs. Tryphena can't take it anymore. She approaches Rabbi Yeshi. Master, please. It's not right to give the children's bread to the dogs, he says, quoting a cultural belief of the day. But her determination and her delicate nature strike him to his core. Even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. Something in her voice, her tone, her resonance cuts through the veil. For a moment, he sees her true essence. A soul older than earth, a traveler, a mirror of his own mission. Rabbi Yeshi looks into her eyes, and memory returns. He cannot explain it, but he knows it. She cannot explain it, but she knows it. Rabbi Yeshi heals her daughter on the spot. He knows that if something deeper happens between them, his entire mission could be jeopardized. But this encounter changes the trajectory of his mission. Now he realizes that Mary Magdalene was right. The goyim do need to be approached. He needs to open up his mission to them. After this encounter, he begins speaking openly to the Gentiles, Greeks, Hittites, women, outcasts. He understands that Earth's salvation cannot be tribal. It must be universal. Tryphena runs back home to see her beautiful daughter sitting up, healed. Her cheeks are red. Her bright eyes have returned the spark of life. Rabbi Yeshi was remembering again. Memories of foreign lands and distant worlds had flooded his mind. He had seen so much in Tibet and Persia and in Egypt. Rabbi Yeshi was not just a human prophet. He was not just the son of the Most High. He was actually an Etherean who had forgotten through many lifetimes his place. He was one of the high tribes of Etherians from the homeworld, Ganat Yetafa. All of his memories were beginning to return. Now his mission could begin. His mission was to restore the divine code within Earth's early hominids. He was beginning to remember a counter mission that had been created by the Etherians to salvage primitive worlds as primitive as Earth. Yeshi came to prepare Earth for future incorporation into the homeworld's federation. The meeting of Yeshi and Tryphena was fated. Through Tryphena's experience, Lamu began to awaken. He began to uncover a mystery. On the homeworlds, women were sovereign, multidimensional beings, priestesses, sorceresses, engineers of life and reality, co-creators of culture. On Earth, however, that memory had been erased. But something about Lamu's life as Tryphena had changed things. He remembered his many lifetimes before. The destruction of the sorceresses from pre-Atlantean times, and the infusion of serpentarian genetics into early Earth tribes. The systematic dismantling of feminine Vallejo and the infinite power of the feminine in humanity through war, doctrine, and control. And Lamu remembered that true power was only experienced through powerlessness. He learned that even the smallest voices can shift entire timelines. He learns that perhaps for the first time, humans might not be lost. Perhaps they are simply wounded. As the sun sets over Tyre and over Galilee, Yeshua had returned to complete his mission. Tryphena stayed in Tyre as she remembered the encounters with Yeshua and the healing of her daughter. All of the memories as Lamu began to slowly return. Yeshua's mind went back to Tryphena. He was silently moved. Now his mission could begin. For he too was remembering something. Something not written on any scroll, but something eternal in him. We got 2 more episodes coming. And that is that for that episode. The next 2 are going to be insane. Perhaps the eradication of humanity will have a purpose. I don't know. But we'll find out in episode 10 and in the final episode, episode 11. Thank you so much, RJ. Oh, William, what's up? Thank you for joining. And Yanwar, nice to meet you as well. All right, guys, I got to jump out of here. I'm going to go ahead and present this next one. Ooh, it's getting late. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. We'll see. We'll see. We see. Obligationism or obligationships was the next one I was supposed to put out, but it's already 9:23, and I've got to get to bed. So thank you guys for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing. Thank you guys for the likes. Stay Apex.